are. What's up everybody? My name is Ray Coruscani. I'm an actor here in Los Angeles. With this channel, I'm starting to give as much of the info and insight that I've come to learn over the years being here in LA. So I wanted to do a video about the 5 mistakes I made when I started acting. So let's jump into the video. Mistake number 1, I party too much. I'm not a crazy partier per se. There is a small percentage of people that go to parties thinking that they can network and make a deal. More times than not, they're either gonna forget the deals that they try to do for you. You'll end up just showing people the worst side of you if you get too drunk or if you say something that's, out of pocket. So I would say party with moderation. But for me now, I have a new approach called plan the fun first. I'll plan some fun things, put it on the calendar, and then I go into work. And to me, that's the best approach of having a work-life balance. Mistake number 2, I didn't go to the right types of classes. Specifically for acting classes, there are 2 major types of classes that you need to be aware of. There's the scene study class, and then there's audition mastery. For me, scene study, if you're a beginner, that's good, it's fun. You get to learn, work on your craft, so to speak. But if you want to actually book auditions and get on TV and film, you need to learn how to master the audition process. I've seen many talented actors who've studied at very prestigious schools who can't seem to book work, and it's because that the moment you walk into an audition room, the stakes go up, the nerves come in, and you could be an amazing performer, but if you're not able to carry a conversation first, if you're not able to break away from that character and engage with the cast director if they want to get to know you better, well then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So scene study is good, but find a really good audition mastery class, and they'll help you learn how to engage in the room, learn how to work with the camera, know your eye lines and all that good stuff. Things that make your scene look as if it's really happening. It takes away from the scene aspect of it. Scene study by itself, it's not realistic because in the real world, you don't get a week and a half, 2 weeks to work out a scene and have a scene partner. You go into an audition room, it's just you, the reader, maybe the cast director and director, maybe they're there, but the first round, it's you, one person, the camera, and the camera doesn't lie. So if you're nervous, if you're not confident, your odds of booking that job will drop. Mistake number 3, I didn't watch enough TV. And in fact, when I first moved to LA, I didn't watch any TV at all. I thought, oh, I'm just gonna be obsessed with the craft. I'm gonna just work and study and work out and that's it. Basically have no entertaining life, so to speak. And that was a mistake. Why? Well, I went to an acting class and when I was asked, do you watch this and this show? I was like, no, I don't. Well, how much TV do you watch? The coach asked. I said, none. She's like, you're crazy. What are you doing? And I was like taken aback. I thought, well, wait, am I supposed to be watching TV? She says, yes. You need to know at the very least what shows you're auditioning for, what shows you want to target. And that in itself is a strategy for opening up doors and opportunities. But learning from watching a show, you can get the tone, you can figure out what characters are in the show. So if you're reading a scene opposite a particular character, you know what gender they are. You know their energy and what kind of vibes that character is bringing into the scene. Because odds are, a lot of times you're going to be a contrasting character. That makes for more interesting interactions. So I didn't watch enough TV. Films I still would watch occasionally, going to the theaters, but now with all these streaming sites and platforms, watching TV is easy. Mistake number 4. Now I was a little bit late to this party, but mistake number 4 is I didn't create enough content. Content is king. I took too long to create the content. I was a perfectionist. I wanted certain things to be a certain way. And I was also leaning on some people that I was surrounding myself with that were a bit more talented than me. You have to just grab the camera and try it. Now there are some basics that you can learn, like I recommend Save the Cat for people who want to learn the basics of storytelling, what makes a story compelling. There is a formula to it, and that's why Hollywood does what Hollywood does. So creating more content. And the other thing that came from that is there's this expectation I had with my agents and managers is, you know, the doors would open more, and they do. My representation do open doors for me, but that's 25% of the work, right? So you should only expect them to do 25% of the work for you, your business being you, the performer. So 75% falls on me. Well, what do I have control of with that 75% of time and resources? Create content, make things. It also helps give you that extra boost of confidence and familiarity with the camera. I started to take that advice of creating more content. I made a short film called Kasra, which I will release on this channel in a week or so, maybe sooner. I was just so into making my own product, my own content, that when I went into other auditions, I was like, oh, this is cool, this is fun. But when I go home, I get to go back into focusing on what I'm passionate about, and it was this short film. And once I started working on that, other doors opened, and there was this air of confidence, and I felt like I was bringing something to the table that I could share with my reps, and learned as I went. Mistake number 5, you have to have a life outside of acting, outside of whatever it is that you're working on within yourself. If you're an actor like me, what has helped me during the lulls when the phone isn't ringing or where there aren't auditions for a particular week, 1 week 3, 4 come in, 1 week 1 comes in, or none in some cases. And the best way to be stoic about it, basically be detached from the fact that you're not getting that opportunity and just being grateful for what you do have, is to have a life outside of that world, right? So for me, it's fitness, food. I love cooking. When I'm cooking, I'm in the zone, and I forget about everything. I just want to make the best meal. So take on more hobbies, build relationships. You know, that's a huge factor. Build relationships with people, get to know them, learn to be interested in them. It took me a while to learn to have a life outside of acting. And once I realized that in conjunction with everything else in the list that I just gave you, let's recap. I partied too much, learned to balance it. I didn't go to the right classes, learned to find one that's scene study and one that's audition mastery, and combining them both was a really powerful thing. Number 3, I didn't watch enough TV. Now I learned to balance certain shows. If I hear a show's hot, or if I want to be on a particular show, I will queue it, I'll save it, put it in my Netflix queue, or I will write a note down of something to watch. Number 4, I didn't create enough content fast enough to learn from those mistakes. So now I'm doing it. I'm working on multiple projects. I have directors that I've met over the years that have decided to collaborate with me, so I'm excited with that. It gives me something to look forward to. And then number 5, having a life. And I'm living it now. If you enjoyed this content, like I said, subscribe, hit that like button, you know, write a comment. You can find me on Instagram, Ray Khorasani. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm most active on Instagram, and I'm just now putting out more YouTube content. So thanks for watching the video, and go out there and get some experience. Peace.